Hey guys, what's up? Today I got an OU match. This one is against rexxsix. I found him on the Wi-Fi Battle Finder. Battled him before and I told him that and he's like, I don't remember. So anyways, looking at our teams, we both actually have 3 priority. Both of us have a Scizor and yeah. But I'm going to lead with my Gliscor because I'm thinking Ambipom's going to lead. Even if Rotom Wash leads, I can protect to see if he's going to Hydro Pump. And obviously you can't Volt Switch, and if he's Scarfed, which is most likely the case, I can switch to something most likely like a Azumarill or something, and not really be too worried about it. So, he is going to in fact lead with his Ambipom. I'm going to lead with my Gliscor. This is actually not the usual Gliscor you would see. This is actually a Fling set. I just thought he'd Fake Out, to be honest, which tells me, because he didn't, that he's Life Orb, because if he isn't Life Orb, why would he not Fake Out? But if he's Life Orb, he doesn't want to waste HP since I'm going to gain it back with Toxic Heal. Anyways, so I just went for the Fling. Like I said, I'm just like, he's going to Fake Out, so it's going to do nothing anyways. I could have just protected also. I don't know. Protect would have been smart too, because I wouldn't have even taken any damage. I don't really know. Whatever, not a big deal. I end up poisoning his Rotom, which is actually probably the best thing on his team to get poisoned, because yeah, he has 2 things that can't get poisoned. Ambipom I don't really care about, and Celebi, if I got poisoned, natural cure, so that's kind of a waste. But I'm not poisoned, which is the problem. So I'm going to go mine for Infernape. I don't see an item, no lefties or anything, so I'm assuming Scarf, but he has Will-O-Wisp. I'm like, okay, go to Infernape, because he can take the burn because he's A, not physical, and B, fire type, so he doesn't even get burnt. Anyways, but he actually switches up to Hydro Pump, so I'm like, what are you? Like, Expert Belt or something? I mean, you're not Choiced, obviously. You're not, like, Lumberry. You're not lefties. I don't know. So anyways, I set up Stealth Rocks because A, I know I'm faster, and B, I figure Stealth Rocks are going to do more damage at this point of the game than killing this Rotom with like a Mach Punch or something, or maybe a Fire Blast. I would have to calculate it. I think it was... well, I was definitely in Blaze Range because it was 1 HP. Anyways, whatever. I'm going to go with my Reuniclus, not expecting him to have Pain Split, but he does. Not a big deal. So going to set up a Calm Mind. At this point, I'm expecting the Scizor to come back in. I was thinking he'd just leave this in as Death Water, and he would die from the Toxic and not be able to really hit me too well. But yeah, he Pain Splits now. I'm expecting him to want to switch because he's at like almost full HP, and Toxic's doing like half damage to him now. So I'm going to go for Focus Blast. I'm going to predict perfect, except I'm going to miss. And that really sucks. That really sucks. Here I'm like, I can literally U-turn. I know they only do about half damage. So I'm pretty confident I can take it. It goes for Pursuit, which is actually even better, because if I had to switch out, it would have been foolish. I do go for the Focus Blast. Unfortunately, he is just going to barely live, but I do believe that's close to max damage. I think the calc goes only up to around just under 86%. But if I had hit that first Focus Blast, I could have just went for Psychic this turn. Or even probably Recover, because I would have expected him to U-turn. I don't know. Whatever. So he's at a little bit of HP. I'm going to go to my own Scizor, and I'm going to expect him to switch to his Heatran to take the Bullet Punch. Unfortunately, he's going to go into his Rotom to take the Bullet Punch, but it's not going to take the Bullet Punch because it's taking a Brick Break, and it is actually not going to even die, which is another thing that just barely lives on his team, but he's Toxic, so it's not a big deal, and plus I could Bullet Punch the next turn, even though it would have taken more Life Orb Recoil, which would have been annoying. But now he's going to go into his Heatran, and I know I can't be faster than this because I have no speed investment. This is actually a bulky Sword Stance set. I know I do sort of the opposite. I mean, Smogon suggests on Choice Band sets have max HP, and then on Sword Stance sets have max speed, but I do the other way around. I'm like, I don't care. But yeah, so I'm going to switch to my Azumarill because I know he's faster, and because he has the Air Balloon, I'm thinking he's going to be offensive. So I'm just going to go with my Azumarill, and Fire Blast isn't going to do really that much. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch, just thinking his Celebi will want to come in. Unfortunately, he's going to choose that time to fodder out his Scizor, and then going to go into his Ambipom. I'm going to switch out to my Gliscor because I know it can take anything that Ambipom wants to do. Unfortunately, I don't have the Poison Heal going, so it's not going to be incredibly easy. It's just going to be kind of easy. He's going to go for the Low Kick, which is kind of odd. I guess he was... I don't know what I was going to go into that a Low Kick would hurt other than my Hydreigon, but it's like, why would I go Hydreigon to take a Fake Out? That's kind of weird. So I'm going to steal his Chesto Berry, which tells me he's a bulk up set, which is nice information, but it's not really that crucial, I suppose, because as soon as he uses bulk up, I know he's a bulk up set. But I'm just going to hit him with an Earthquake. It's going to do actually a pretty nice chunk considering I have no attack investment. But yeah, so I'm just going to go for Earthquake again because I figure he might rest this turn. He might also go for the second bulk up. I figure Stone Edge is probably his best bet to hit me anyways, and that's not really going to do a whole lot, so I can pretty much sit in here, right? But he bulk ups again, and now I'm like, okay, I got an Earthquake, and it just barely failed to kill him. I was also thinking maybe switch to my Hydreigon there, predicting the rest, but I'm like, A, if he goes for the fighting type move, I lose. And B, I could kill, and as you saw, he just barely hang on. So now I'm going to switch to my Hydreigon because I know he's asleep for at least one attack, and I am fine. I'm going to go for my Choice Specs Dragon Pulse. If this was Draco Meteor, that would have been great. I really should put Draco Meteor on this. I mean, Hydreigon's not really fast enough to be like Draco Pulse sweeping, Dragon Pulse, sorry. Dragon Pulse sweeping like maybe a Specs Latios might be able to do because it's a lot faster. So I don't know, I should put Draco Meteor on this. But because I saw him actually go first while he was asleep, I knew he'd be going for the Mach Punch. Sucker Punch wouldn't really make sense. But if I were him, I wouldn't have done that because that revealed, like, I would have stayed in. I was thinking he had High Jump Kick and Stone Edge. But I guess him being Technician sort of should have let me into that fact that he has Mach Punch. But whatever, so I'm going to go back to my Hydreigon, and then I'm going to go back into my Gliscor to take the Mach Punch, and then he has Sucker Punch too, which is stupid. I'm going to go back to my Hydreigon, predicting the rest, but he's actually going to go for the Sucker Punch, which sucks. So I have to go back into my Gliscor and take 2 Mach Punches and die. So this thing is still awake, still alive, still awake, still alive, still healthy, still +2. I'm going to go with my Scizor because I have priority, and I figure he's a bulk up with 2 priority attacks, so he's probably going to be like max HP, max attack, but he's actually max speed, he's faster than me, which should not happen, because him on top speed is 50, I think, 55? 40, 45? Somewhere around there, and Scizor is 65, so I should definitely be faster, but he's got to be max speed to be faster, which is really stupid, which means my Scizor takes a lot of damage that he really does not want to be taking. Here, I'm thinking, since the last time I went on to Azumarill, he's probably going to either be predicting that or my Hydreigon. So Dragon Pulse, since it's the same power against my Azumarill anyways, and he knows I'm going to switch out, because I'm pretty sure it would have killed my Scizor. I don't know, I might have been able to take a Dragon Pulse and hit him with a Brick Break, but I really wanted to keep the Scizor for his Ambipom. So I'm going to go in, and Dragon Pulse is not going to do a lot. I know since last time I predicted to Celebi, this time he's going to stand, especially since if I do over-predict, he can just kill me and I won't even be able to hit him with a nice punch. So I'm just going to go for Aqua Jet. It does very close to killing him once again. And then I'm going to go to my Scizor, just hit him with a crit. I really don't know if that mattered, but if it did, I don't really care because he's been living hits all freaking day, and it's kind of annoying. So now he's going to go into his Ambipom, and I'm like, I can't take a Fake Out, but in the off chance maybe he doesn't go for it, I can hit him with a Bull Punch, but no, he's going to go for it definitely and kill me. Now I have a Specs Hydreigon left. The only thing I can do that will guarantee me a kill is either Fire Blast or Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse won't miss, and it's the same power as Fire Blast, so why not go for it and actually use the move I have. What I was worried about is him U-turning out and then Fake Out when I kill his Celebi, but I guess he doesn't have U-turn. I don't know if it would have killed. I mean, low kick's probably base 100 here against Hydreigon. I'm not sure. I think it should have killed. I mean, Fake Out's like 90 power. It's pretty strong. But he doesn't go for it. He goes for low kick. I do survive with a fairly convincing roughly 20% health. Go for the Specs Dark Pulse. Definitely going to kill an Ambipom to half health. Then his Celebi, I'm like, if he's offensive, I lose. Well, I mean, he'd have to have even Giga Drain. Well, Giga Drain would probably kill me if he's offensive. Max special attack probably would kill me from that health, even though I do resistant and have decent standard bulk. Probably still would kill me, especially if he's life 4. But anyways, he's not. He's defensive, and I'm faster, and I hit him with the Specs Dark Pulse, and that definitely kills him. And that's the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.